Your last boot camp is going to be working with oil pastels. Continue to work on top of newspaper to help contain your mess, but the first technique you're going to be working with is heavy pressure blending. You're going to generously add pastel in one direction on the section there on your paper. You're going to layer colors together to achieve a blended and rich look. For your next technique, you're going to be using light pressure blending. This time you're going to lightly add pastel in one direction on your paper. You could use the same colors or you could use different ones. But the main thing here is you want to see the difference or the contrast between working with light pressure and heavy pressure. Your next technique is scumbling. So here again you're going to apply controlled scribbled marks of oil pastel to build up value and texture, again working in a circular motion. For your next technique, you're going to think about color mixing. So here you do have to put a little bit more thought into the colors that you're going to use. You're going to apply a layer of oil pastel and follow with a concentrated color over it. You'll continue to blend and layer additional colors to get your desired hue. Now what I've done is I've worked a little bit with value, and I've got a lot of purple there. I went over part of it with white to make a lighter value. I went over part of it with black to make a darker value. You can see that as I worked, I was working in layers to mix my new colors. Your next technique is a technique that is called sgraffito. Here you're going to overlap two thick layers of different colors of pastels. So I started with the light blue and then I went over it with black. I then used the edge of a Q-tip. You could also use a paper clip or a wood tool, and then I scratched or scraped the top layer of pastel off, revealing the underneath layer. Your next technique is stippling. Here you're going to use those small choppy strokes, circles or dots, to create the stippling effect on paper. You can layer with additional colors to create depth and texture. For your last technique, you're going to be working with baby oil. Now how you choose to apply color here is kind of up to you. It doesn't matter how. It doesn't even really matter what colors you use, but I did use colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. After you've applied some color to your section there, you will use a cotton swab or Q-tip soaked in baby oil to smooth and blend the oil pastel marks on your paper. Once this is done, you will need to put your paper in the drying rack so that it can dry overnight.